Let's look them up.
But bro, if you
Wait a second. I'm not sure if I just did that. Did we just go live?
I don't think so.
I think we did.
Uh-huh.
I think we're live right now.
Oh, we are.
Oh, hi.
I don't see anything.
It just popped up on my phone.
The new way YouTube is doing this. Hi guys. The way I was said last week, we started like really late because YouTube does this thing now. They changed everything, and so I was messing around, and I guess they changed something that I accidentally hit us to go live right now.
Well, whatever. Might as well hit it.
All right, well, we're live, so move over, kids. How are you? Ronald, what's up?
Welcome to the after show, or before show even.
The pre-show. So if you guys had any cussing to do, I hope you got it all out of the way.
Yeah, but it'll be the very first thing that pops up on the show.
Yeah. So let's just go live. We'll wait. David will be here in like 15 minutes. We'll have like a longer show because we already got people showing up. Tony Cook, I haven't seen you in forever, man. What is up? And Christian, hey, yo. Means you get to stay on longer. Yeah, we'll stay on longer. What's that bag of popcorn you got there?
Yeah, that is from the Connors Farm in Danvers, Massachusetts.
That's a giant bag.
The big bag of popcorn.
So we'll talk about this again later, but the big rumor. Sorry, I'm a little like caught off guard, I guess.
I am too.
Yeah, the big rumor going around and is that Amazon UK dropped a they had a sales post for a video game, and then they took it down. Do you know what video game that was?
Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword. Zelda Skyward Sword. You
I
can't.
am so happy about this because I've never played Skyward Sword. I've been dying to.
I played Skyward. I attempted Skyward Sword twice. It was I had gotten out of video games twice in my life, and the second time around, I'd come back to video games, and like I was like. It was like 3 years after the Wii, I stopped playing video games, and then I came back 3 years later, so the Wii was still like the main console out for the Nintendo. The Wii U was just coming out, and I was like, I'll just pick up the last Zelda game because I loved Twilight Princess. I'll just play Skyward Sword because, 2011, it had come out towards the end of the Wii life, and I was like, I popped it in, and I was just like, what the crap is this? I couldn't beat the first... Once I jumped off the island, the Cloud City or whatever it is, Nick Clanton, what's up? We're talking Skyward Sword right now. I jumped off Cloud City, and the first enemy I came across was one of the plants that pops out of the ground, and I just couldn't beat it. The motion controls were so... Either they were so bad... or I was so bad at the motion controls that I couldn't even kill the first enemy. And I thought to myself, if I can't even defeat this first enemy, how, like, I was sure I could do it, but I was like half an hour of trying. I was like, no way I'm going to beat this game. And I just quit it. And
Now,
then,
here's the question. What if they actually bring it? Are you going to want them to have the same motion controls or tweak it or have them completely taken out?
I hope they're completely taken out. I've heard, though, that it'll be very, very hard for them to do it. There's some mechanics in the game because Nintendo's like notorious for this kind of stuff. Like they have their if they base a game around a gimmick, it's very hard to get over that gimmick in future releases. That's what you don't have that kind of problem with the GameCube or stuff like that. But if you were trying to do a re-release of the WarioWare game, the Wario Touched games on the DS, those would be very hard to recreate.
Like this puppy I just found?
Yeah, those would be hard to recreate on certain systems because they don't have the touchpad or whatever.
True.
And so, like, there are, like, certain elements of Skyward Sword that have, like, my friend Hunter told me, like, you have to like pick locks or something, or there's puzzles that are that you need to like really motion control the, use the Wiimotes. So, I mean, the Switch has the ability to have motion control, so it's like, are they just going to port it over with the Switch motion controls? And if that's the case, then I'm going to still be in trouble because, like I said, I didn't like the controls of Skyward Sword at all.
I wanted to address what Nick Clanton said, that I still don't think the beginning of the timeline. First off, the Skyloft Knights are already wearing the hero's tunic, and that's just the first point of why it's not the beginning. But it's kind of like the question of the chicken or the egg, though. Like, the hero's tunic had to have come from somewhere.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's like, it just so happened that was their dress code before, and then once he beat Ganon or Demise or whoever, then it became the hero's clothes. So before, that was just fashion, and then he just happened to beat the main enemy of Hyrule wearing those clothes, and that's when a fashion trend became the hero or the outfit of the hero or whatever. So I think You're right. I think you're right, Devin. The chicken or the egg, which came first. But I get what you're saying, Nick. Fusion says Skyward Sword on Switch is possible. It very much is possible because, like I said, the UK listing, it was up and then it was down.
Do you think that has any validity, or was that just a complete accident, or did they accidentally like spoil something there?
I'm going to say this is a spoil because it's like maybe like 2 or 3 years ago I would have had a different tune, but it seems like these kind of like releases are, or like, spoilers or whatever you want to call it, they seem to have more validity now. It seems like the rumors of stuff are just they're just always true now, it seems like. You know what I mean? Spiral got like announced by like the Nintendo UK system, like the Nintendo UK website, and then it took like a year and a half or something for it to be confirmed, but it actually happened. And
there was apparently another I think accidental tease of the Crash 4 It's About Time coming to the Switch as well. But I don't know if that's actually true yet, because like I have a feeling they're going to wait on that like they did with the original 3 Crash when they released the Twinsanity or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I think they're going to wait a little bit and then pop it off on the Switch. Go on to the Zelda.
Well, yeah, it just seems like this. Like, how do you accidentally post Skyward Sword for the Switch? Like
that is oddly specific. That's why I'm thinking like they might know something that we don't know yet.
Yeah, it's like, why pull that out of thin air? And
for all we know, there could be a shadow drop coming too.
Yeah, that could be a shadow drop too. That could be.
A shadow drop would be like crazy though. It seems like they would give Zelda a little bit more of a build up.
But there was another video that I saw on YouTube somewhere that there was somebody saying a random other Zelda game would be coming out, and this could be it.
Yeah, it could be. Maybe they're like letting Pikmin 3 get some build up before it really like drops. But because Nintendo really, at least in 2020, they don't seem to really be showcasing multiple titles. They seem to be showcasing, okay, we're showcasing the title for July. And now that July's over, we'll tell you what the next game is. And when that game is done, we'll tell you what the next game is.
Either way, I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, it'd be sweet. I'll buy it no matter what.
I'm definitely going to buy it because I've never had the chance to play it. I was also getting annoyed because in the Wii U groups that I'm in, the people were saying, well, another port coming to the Switch. I'm like, why are you whining? Because I had to explain it. Number one, they're a business. They're going to want to revive health into mostly the Wii U games that have been coming to the Switch, because the Wii U, number one, it failed, and number two, there's probably a lot of people that looked at the console saying, I I don't want to buy this at all because the console's failing. So they're
Uh-huh.
don't want to breathe life into these games because a lot of people probably didn't even play them unless they were a hardcore
Yeah,
Nintendo
it's like
fan.
let
we are.
people be able to play the games.
Yeah, like let the pigeons free. It's like it's what
I
is
would
the
if they ported over every single Wii U game, I would be happy. I mean,
Yeah.
like, why not? Why not do it?
might as well. I mean, there's only like 156 anyways.
Exactly.
And I think what's the number? Is it 13 million? I mean, only 13 million people had a Wii U,
I'm kind of
and
curious now.
and Skyward Sword is the lowest selling, I believe, console release of the Zelda franchise.
Yeah, the Wii U sold 13.56 million units at the end of its lifespan.
Tony, you got me there. Of course, I would buy it in every variant. I'd get the collector's edition, all 3 of them. So,
Dude, I just thought about something. If they're going to do a collector's edition for that again, imagine if they did one with gold Wii remotes, or not Wii remotes. Switch,
gold.
Joy-Con.
Oh man,
That would be.
They did it with the Wii remote.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that would be cool. I'd be shelling out some cash, some rupees for that. Shut up and take my rupees, Nintendo. It's like,
Yep.
yeah, I'd buy them all, but I would say this though: I would actually try to play it though, not just buy it. I would actually try to play it. It wouldn't be just.
I
Like,
definitely want to play that one.
even if it was motion controls, I would give it another go.
I have a feeling that if they
it's
did
the Zelda
implement
game that
them
has my
again-
favorite Zelda in it.
What do you mean?
Like out of all the designs for Zelda, because they redesign her with each game,
Oh, okay.
she's my favorite incarnation of Zelda.
Oh, really? Why?
Okay.
I like her hair design.
That's the one with the
Shut up.
bangs, right? She has like bangs.
Yeah, she has the on the sides, the kind of tied up.
I'm such a poser. I really like the Breath of the Wild. I know it's the one that just came out. It just seems like, everybody usually likes the one that just came out or whatever, especially since it's sold so much. But I really do just love the design of the new Zelda.
I can definitely see where you're going with that, William. She is pretty cool. I like
Yeah.
that one.
And I'm sure Ken noticed it, but also in that game, the theme for that game is Zelda's Lullaby backwards.
I didn't know. I knew that as a fact. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, I caught that. I'm not like,
Oh yeah, you have to play it backwards in order to be able to hear it.
mhm.
But it's there.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that'd be so cool if Skyward Sword comes out and it wasn't motion control. I mean, if you want it to be motion control, fine. But if it wasn't, that would be even better.
I have a feeling that if they are still going to do it, which I'm assuming they are, they're going to probably want to keep it close to the original.
Mhm.
They're going to tweak it.
Yeah.
It's
That-
either that. What if I want them to throw out Skyward Sword and Wind Waker? I've played through Wind Waker so many times, and I want to play through it again.
Yeah. Wind Waker. Wind Waker is such a masterpiece.
Besides Majora's Mask, that is my top favorite Zelda game.
So is Majora's Mask your actual top favorite though?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I need to pick that up. I think we were talking about that last week. The 3DS
Yeah,
version.
I'm actually trying to play through it again because, like, truth be told, I've never really beaten it, but I've seen videos, so I technically know what happens.
Mhm.
But I'm trying to run through it right now again, and I'm so lost on the 3DS.
Yeah.
One of the pieces I have over on the shelf over there is the Skull Kid that came with the Majora's Mask for the
I have
3DS.
that Skull Kid box still sealed too. So
No,
that
I
was really
took
hard
him
to hold
out
on.
and I put him on the shelf.
What's up,
I
EPS
bought
5000?
copies of it.
And Nick Clanton. We started a little early, guys. If you're just joining us, because usually 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. is the start time, but I accidentally hit go live because YouTube switched some stuff up. So so it'll be 8 p.m. next week.
Ken, let me do a shameless plug. I'm putting in my contest to win this in the comments below in the live chat, so check it out.
Yeah, do that right now if you can.
I've been putting it up a couple times.
Okay, good. Yeah, just make sure you everybody go and if you haven't liked or subscribed and hit that bell notification for Ratboy Collectibles, who is this dude right here, William did the math. We've done over 100 podcast episodes. Go like Ratboy Collectibles.
I'm trying to think of what day would actually be our 2-year anniversary.
With all of us, I don't know. We would have to start from the moment all 4 of us jumped on.
Yeah,
because originally it was just me and Ken.
Yeah, we were on Twitch. Me and Devin were on. Me and Devin did Twitch for a while.
Was it episode 3 that I started?
It was something like that. Like you and David. David might have been on the first week actually of YouTube. Or like second week. I don't know. David was like really like you and David joined at right about the same time. And because it was like we started on YouTube and then you guys joined really quick, everyone probably just assumed that we had all started at the same time.
Yeah, we didn't.
But here's another Twitter just jumped up on me saying Nintendo files a trademark in anticipation for the 35th anniversary of the Zelda series. So there's apparently some trademarks that went up.
Trademarks, they don't necessarily mean that something's happening because you got to renew those bad boys.
Yeah, they're just trying to renew to hold on to it, but it seems weird that they're renewing it on the 35th anniversary. You know?
Yeah, and the fact that we have this Amazon shadow post or whatever you want to call it.
I definitely think we got something coming. Whether what it is, but there's something coming.
And Devin, you mispronounced anticipation.
Easy there. I thought I stuttered there, but I get the joke. Oh my god. But go on, Dave. Ken, sorry.
I don't really got much. Hey, David's not here though yet. I see showing
no,
up.
He said he was going to be late.
He said it was going to be a few minutes out.
I told him that's all right. We started early.
Yeah, so now he's really late.
Sorry guys. I got to take some Tylenol here, so I've got a bottle of 2-liter of soda out to wash it down with because I don't have a glass.
Ken, tell me, should I open it?
Should you open it? I mean, no. I mean, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to actually use it? Are you going to post it?
I wanted to actually put it on one of my jean jacket vests.
Oh, then yes, you should. Those are not really worth a lot of money.
I got it for $15.
Yeah, so it's like, it's just cool to have. But if you're gonna actually utilize it like it's meant to be, then yes, definitely, I'd say open it.
Okay. Yeah, I want to put that out to the chat though. So tell me, who thinks I should open this patch? It's from the 80s.
Yeah, from the 80s.
Still sealed. Wink, wink. It's stapled in, but close enough.
That's considered sealed. That's how it was packaged.
But go on.
So what else, guys, is going on? Like, what else has happened in the world of video games this week?
One thing, but I don't want to bring it up on the show.
Okay.
And if you're following our chat, you know what I'm talking about.
So what can we bring up on the show?
Devin knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
but
don't want to glorify that, but
yeah. Let's just say yeah. Oh, what's the thing everyone says? You know, if you're feeling depressed and and someone's always there to help you. No, always know the number for the suicide hotline. Whatever the speech is about that, just take care of yourself.
Definitely. Especially this time. Yeah. This time, it seems like there's just a lot of stressors in the world.
This time in the world right now, and you of course knowing with the situation you had, was it last year?
It might have been. Was it last year? I don't know.
It was last year, about a year and a half ago. Yeah.
Ronald asked, do you guys know if Zelda Wind Waker HD is coming to Nintendo
At this
Switch?
Point, I wouldn't doubt it because they've put all the bangers from the Wii U on the Switch already.
But Wind Waker is considered GameCube, though, even though it was on the Wii U.
Well, I mean, the Wii U HD specifically, then, if we're going to say that.
Would they go and remaster the original in, like, Link to the Past style graphics?
Doubt it. I doubt it.
Dude, if they suddenly dumped on Link to the Past, I would be so happy.
Wind Waker is already just such an iconic iconic art style. It's like, ironically, with as much hate as it got in the beginning,
I remember hearing so many people
Yeah.
hating on that game. I thought it looked spectacular from the moment I saw it.
I loved the look of it, and then everybody's like, "This looks stupid."
It did look a little funky because
people were
honestly,
like,
it
"Oh,
did,
we're gonna
but-
be." He looks like a cartoon, but I was like, "Oh wow, he looks like a cartoon."
At the time, he was the most he was the one character in gaming that had the most like the face that had the most impressions to it.
the facial expressions he would do.
Yeah,
is so funny.
But other characters just weren't making the no, what's the word I'm looking for? The emotions he had compared to what some other characters would have was a lot more.
I love the pictures that people use for memes of Link with like a weird emotion on his face.
Yeah.
They're so funny.
We need the Link doing the emotions in place of the Pikachu with that surprised face.
Yes, yes, that would be really good. I need to find
Or
it now.
just take the Pikachu out of there and put Link in his place so it's the same background. So it's
I've seen somebody do that, but with it was another Pokemon or another Nintendo character. I can't remember, but it was really funny though.
Hunter says that you should open it. Devin.
Okay, one more person tell me to open it, and I actually will.
All right. Do you guys want Devin to open that that Nintendo patch? The Nintendo logo.
Okay, but go on with what you were saying, William.
Oh, I'm gonna see if Margot's up. She has something that she can show.
And anyway, yeah, I just realized Hunter, the one that opened up that 1,000-year door.
Paper Mario, yeah. And I watched a video the other day saying that GameCube like 100 or 1,000-year door is like over like, I can't remember how much he paid for it, but
That's a hefty game right now.
yeah, it's like in the $150 range.
Yeah,
All I can
I
say is
have
John
it.
the Bandana Gamer just got a banger of a sale from Goodwill, and he paid next to nothing. Oh my god! I don't know if he wants me to say it because he's probably going to make a video, but holy crap!
Yeah, there's still fines out there for the GameCube.
He found a GameCube game for $3 that's normally very expensive.
Really. Gotta check those Goodwills. I never found anything at Goodwill. I'd always find like,
Every time I
crappiest.
look at Goodwill, it's absolute garbage. It's like
it's like
leapfrog games, stuff like that.
EA Sports, Madden.
I don't even find that. I find those like leapfrog games. You know what I'm talking
the
about?
leapfrog games, yeah.
But that's good. That's good. Like some of the picking up games like that for cheap is good to have to get replacement cases.
That's true.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
really cool too. But
So yeah, Margot is just handing me because we were mentioning that face. She has a bow with the Pikachu making that face. I love it.
Is that like a pin, an enamel pin?
Yes, and it's a
Oh, that's
it's
so
a bow.
cool.
That's funny.
Awesome.
I had her bring that in.
What is Nick saying? No, sell it to me, screaming.
I think he's talking about your Nintendo pin.
Oh, I think the patch.
The patch, yeah, that's what I meant. The
Yeah.
patch. Nick found a Zelda 2 shirt, like hideous, absolutely hideous, but he found it at like Goodwill, and it's from like '88, so those things are super hard to find. Hey, Sep64, what's up? You didn't miss much.
That's my favorite Zelda.
We actually started early tonight because I accidentally pressed the go live button. They changed some things on the back, the backgrounds stuff, and so I accidentally hit go live. So we just went live 15 minutes early. We talked about Zelda Skyward Sword. UK Amazon had a listing for it, and it went down, but people got a screenshot of it. I mean, once it's on the internet, it's on the internet for life, baby.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been wanting to get a hold of this shirt.
Let me see.
It was on Hot Topic's website for a while, and I never bought it.
I have that shirt actually.
It's tie-dye too, and I really like it. Good old Pig Ganon.
That's like an ugly Zelda merchandise and I love it. And Christian,
I
the
like
giveaway.
The tie-dye print, actually.
The giveaway is not to be subbed to this channel. The giveaway is to be subbed at Ratboy Collectibles channel.
To mine. Yeah, I'm doing a giveaway to get one of these Mario starter sets, still sealed. So come and sub. Check out my weirdness.
So what else has been going on in the video game world?
The last thing I heard about was Pikmin, I thought, and that's really it.
Yeah, I think so. I know Phil Spencer from the Xbox world. He recently did an Animal Crossing interview, actually, because there's this like, I don't know, it's probably a YouTube channel or whatever, podcast, but it's set in the world of Animal Crossing, so people like jump into Animal Crossing and they play while they interviewed. And Phil Spencer was like, yeah, Nintendo has the best first-party games, and so even the competition knows. Phil Spencer being like the head of Xbox division.
It's got to be said, though. I mean, we really do have a lot of good games coming.
Yeah,
not just coming, already out.
Yeah, I mean, and here's something else that I heard this week. Like, Last of Us 2, I think, is the highest-selling PS4 exclusive, and it still hasn't even, I think it's around 7 million or 8 million, which is really good. I mean, it's not to say that it's like bad or anything. I mean, that's very good sales. But if you think about it, compared to Nintendo titles, you've got like a lot of games on the Switch that are like pushing like 12, 13, 14 million, Mario Kart, Animal Crossing alone in 3 months, 4 months has hit 20 million.
It's still on the top sales on the eShop.
Yeah, it's like Nintendo has like 10 or 12, double-digit million game sellers, and Sony is like, they really don't have a lot. And that's probably why Nintendo has so much that's why they put so much into their first party games, because Sony and Xbox, they really rely on that third party sales, while Nintendo is like first party sales is their bread and butter. It didn't really work with the Wii U, but to be fair, they weren't really releasing a lot of first party games either on the Wii U at a reasonable rate. But we'll see.
That's what like I mentioned in the last show, why everybody that's whining about the no directs that have been happening, we really kind of got spoiled with the Switch. Mm-hmm. We really did.
Oh yeah, we're entitled now. We deserve a game every week or every month. We deserve a Nintendo Direct, Hey, Nick Clanton, for no reason for the donation. Just love these chats, so want to help any way I can. Well, thank you, Nick. It's very helpful indeed, and much appreciated. Through $5 our way. Nick Clanton is
thank you, Nick.
Hall of Famer on the You Move Over Kids channel.
He's been with us since almost the beginning, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember when I remember how Nick came about, but I don't remember when Nick exactly started following the channel. But if you say he was here in the beginning, I could see that too. Hey, you were showing me your Mario Lego set before we went on the air. Can you show it again?
Which one was I showing? Oh, no, I was trying to show off, if you guys are trying to get them, pick up the Yoshi one, because it seems to be incredibly hard, if not impossible to find now.
Hey,
that's the one.
Here's another person who has been with us since almost the beginning, Veronica Castillo, the mom of the podcast, who ironically her actual son is not here right now. Veronica has donated $9.99. Thank you so much for that. It's, like I said, greatly appreciate you. Also in the Hall of Fame. Nick Clanton says, since day one, started on Move Over Kids when it was just Ken on episode 4. You were saying that the Yoshi set is rare?
Yeah, it seems to be, because the Yoshi one has completely disappeared from shops. Can't really find it, and if you are able to find it, there's only one of them sitting on the shelf.
Is it exclusive, or is it just so
No.
It's not. I've seen it a couple times. It was at the Lego store. You could find it online. I've seen it at Walmart and Target, so it's not exclusive. It's just scarce.
I think it's people want the Yoshi. And it's a neat little set because it's got Mario's home in it.
It's my favorite part of this entire thing. I love the character builds because they're just so intuitive. This is the Petey Piranha. I thought it was kind of cool. It's not. It's kind of a noodle, so to speak.
Uh-huh.
But it's pretty interesting as a character build. I think it's pretty neat. That's my favorite part so far.
Now, William, have you put together any of these sets?
I've been Margot and I have been putting time aside to put together the Lego NES.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, we've almost got the NES itself put together. We haven't started on the TV yet.
Yeah, that's going to be my next video too. I think I'm going to do a time lapse of putting this thing together.
That's gonna be a long time lapse, dude. I've been hearing like 8-hour build or something like that.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna try to figure it out though.
I don't know. There was I don't think I could I think I would do it wrong, or I'd get halfway through then realize I put it on backwards or something. Beat 'em Ups recently did a video where he talked about his disappointment or after the build of the Lego thing, and I just thought it was I don't know, ever since he's been dropped from Nintendo, he seems to be bitter at Nintendo.
What?
And I was like, dude, it's a Lego set. If you're not into Legos,
my thing is disappointed by what? What did he expect? Was he going to start playing Switch games? It's a toy, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Put a Raspberry Pi in it.
I'm sure probably somebody's going to try to do that, but
yeah. Well, you gotta find the space for it. You probably have to take out the cartridge slot,
maybe,
or stick the Pi in the cartridge slot.
Yeah, but either way, I don't know. I think these Lego sets are very cool. Maybe I'm just biased because I love Mario, but I don't know. I love them. So
I think just some William's a Lego guy and a video game guy.
In a way, there's certain sets I pick up.
And Devin, you got your chance to come across Lego, and you seem to be fine with it. But myself, I have, I put together Legos with my kids and stuff, and I just know that I'm not the most talented at it. So I don't think I'd be the greatest at this. So I'm already just kind of being I know it's not really targeted towards me. It's really targeted towards a certain crowd of people. Mm-hmm. And if you're just because you're a video game fan doesn't mean you're going to be a fan of the video game Legos. You know what I mean? Hey, yeah. David, what's up?
Hi.
We started early actually today on accident. So you actually missed. You've missed 35 minutes, not just the 20 minutes.
And there were some Lego sets that were supposed to come out a while back. I probably mentioned it on the show. Lego Dimensions. There was a whole series of those that got canceled.
Yeah, because the game got absolutely no love, and that's the funny thing. The Lego Dimensions is actually my favorite Lego game, hands down.
I'm still shocked Lego's Dimensions didn't make it. It seemed like a surefire winner. They could do anything. Any
because
franchise.
Of the Toys to Life that killed it.
Yeah,
I mean,
even
Lego aren't doing that good anymore.
Yeah. But one of the franchises that was supposed to show up in that series was Mega Man. There was supposed to be a Mega Man minifigure.
No way.
That was one of the ones planned. But yeah, I've got up on my shelf here. I have
I was surprised
Chell from Portal, and
I was actually surprised.
And I got the little arcade machine one too.
I got Chell. I got Doctor Who. I'm pretty sure I got some of the Lord of the Rings ones. There a few that I still have. I still have every Lego Dimensions thing that I own that I bought originally.
Yeah, I'm just surprised that didn't make it. It just seemed like a surefire hit. I mean, I know Toys to Life was kind of, it'll probably make a comeback in 10 years with Skylanders doing some kind of anniversary, but it's just Lego seems to be on a different world. There's Lego collectors and there's Lego video games and all this stuff. I just thought for sure that Legos would have survived. But then again, I thought Disney would too. Disney's also the characters. There's Star Wars collectors. There's this collectors. There's that Marvel collectors. I thought Disney Infinity was a surefire hit as well. So, goes to show.
Yeah, very true.
Hey, David. So, did you hear about the rumor release of a video game?
I did.
You think that's a real one? You think Skyward Sword's coming?
I think it's a no-brainer. How do these Amazon placeholders pan out typically?
Well, Devin and I were talking there. It just seems like it's a little too. I have a hard time saying this word. Specific of a listing to be like fake. It just seems like who at Amazon UK is just writing up a fantasy booking of Skyward Sword. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, if they were going to do something random that would make no sense, I would think like Oracle of Ages and Seasons coming to the Switch would make no sense.
Yeah.
That's
Although
going up.
that would be one we'd want to see.
But
I'd
I
love
think
to see that
because of
Whatever
the
Zelda there.
timeline scenario, because of the Zelda timeline scenario, and this being the first of the timeline, sorry, Nick, that and because we have Breath of the Wild 2 coming out, maybe there might be some weird connection between those two games. We may see.
I doubt it. Like, they did mention Hero of the Sky in Breath of the Wild 1, but other than that, I don't know. I mean,
Imagine we get like in Breath of the Wild 2 and one of the loft wings just slams down on the ground and we're able to use a loft wing in that game.
that'd be cool. That would be cool.
Yeah, it'd be cool. I haven't played that Zelda game, so it would be.
I've never played it at all, so I would love to play.
I think towards the end of the Wii's lifetime, it just got cumbersome to like really play anything.
Yeah, the new car feel wore off. Definitely.
I feel like it was by the time Skyward Sword came out. I think I kind of was like on the 3DS for a bit, and also partly the my Wii kept shutting off because of a bad fan. So I would get maybe a good 30 minutes of play, and then it would just shut off because it was overheat. So it really kind of dampened any type of like. I missed out on Xenoblade. I missed out on a couple of the later games, I would say, because Xenoblade came out in what 2010.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
It might have been 12 actually. It
I
was
remember it coming out. I just don't remember the specific.
It was
It
like
was-
the last. I think it was like the last major game.
So yeah, that kind of just threw a wrench towards like productivity, and I think the Wii U was kind of starting to get like the rumors, Project Cafe. You guys remember that?
Mhm.
Started coming out, and so I was like, well, I'll probably just wait for the Wii U and buy these games, and I never did. So actually, I found Skyward Sword the box at a garage sale for $2. I don't have the game though, so
You could
missing
probably.
Oh, you have the cardboard box?
I no, not the one that came with the Wiimote, but just like the case, and it has the manual, but it doesn't have a game.
Just
So
go on GameStop online then and buy it.
yeah, I guess I could do that, but if it's coming to the Switch,
True.
we'll see. But
The only thing I have of it is the Wii remote that I ended up getting at GameStop for $10.
That's a steal, especially for that bag.
Yeah, I remember I showed it to you in the chat that one day, and you're like, buy it.
Yeah. Now it goes for around 40, but at the time it was like people were selling it for a lot more.
Yeah, I was just surprised to see it at GameStop, and like the generic Wii remotes were still selling for like $30. I'm like, yoink.
The only way I could see this listing being kind of fake is that you had mentioned earlier how Nintendo like copyrighted wrote, I don't know, Zelda 35th. They're getting copyright for that.
They wrote out some trademarks for
Trademarks,
Zelda
yeah.
35.
I guess it's still far. It still seems a little far away for Zelda to be released. Then I mean, because the 35th anniversary is next year. But then again, we're in August, so.
My question is now, like, we got 35th anniversary of Mario, and they were saying, like, Mario 64 and Sunshine and Galaxy and all that. What do we think would be re-released or remastered or whatever for the Zelda 35th? Because what do you guys think on that one?
We could possibly get that collection that was on the GameCube. We could potentially get that again.
That would be
Oh,
cool.
that the GameCube with the gray cover.
The collection they did with Zelda 1 and 2, and
It had Majora's Mask on it.
it had Majora's Mask, and
Yeah, I still have that disc.
Or
Actually.
Ocarina of Time. That's
and
that's a
Ocarina of Time.
banger collection right there too.
But-
That's
but it did not have Link to the Past.
No, but to
But I
have
think they would release that and add Link to the Past to it, and
I
maybe
would love to
include
see a resurgence
ones
of
as well.
Majora's Mask, though.
Majora's Mask on the Switch would be insane.
I think so.
But they would probably go not off of the N64. They'd probably go off the 3DS version now.
Well, I was looking up a tutorial of trying to get through a certain part of Majora's Mask, and I'm playing it on 3DS. I'm like, holy crap, these look different. Like the textures are just. Ugh.
It's funny. There's Rental Floss did a video of what if Ocarina of Time had lyrics, and he adds different songs all through it, and his whole part in the song is about how he can't play the game because of how bad it looks, and it's not his type of game. And on the other side of it, singing with him is I forget his friend's name. I don't remember his last name. His name's Dave, but he's saying how much he loves the game. So
I still love the game, but it does look like crap now.
it's going like back and forth, the love and hate of the game, and how the graphics look bad, and it's like, no, you just weren't the right age to enjoy this.
Pretty much, that's actually true, because it's like those. I can look back at look at the pictures of Ocarina of Time and see how everything is so pointy and stuff, and be like, yeah, these graphics are crap. But I still remember the first time I got into that game and thinking this is the most amazing looking game of all time.
I'm gonna find that video, and I'm gonna put it in the chat.
That was just the graphics. I thought we had reached the peak of technology, that it was only downhill for humanity at that point, because Ocarina of Time, we were there. That was it, baby. David, do you hear any bring up a topic, David. Talk to us about something. You're on the spot.
Okay. SEP64 Productions and I will stream this week.
Yeah, we got streaming.
We're going to be talking about the Nintendo leaks.
Yeah, which ones? Or do you want to save that for your stream?
No, we'll be talking about mostly Super Mario 64 and Zelda, Ocarina of Time. But we really wanted to let the leaks kind of marinate out in the ether and gather some information. The dust has settled a little bit, but they're still finding some stuff.
Oh, you're talking about the Giga leak.
Yes.
Yeah.
So bear with us. We might have some technical difficulties because this is going to be my first stream and my first video on there ever. So
cool. It's going to be on your channel?
It's going to be on my channel. I'm going to throw the link in the chat, but please just keep an eye out. If we can have some of you guys from the chat just tune in, and if we have at least one viewer, that'd be cool, so we were not just talking to ourselves. But
do you have a day you're doing it?
It's gonna be this week sometime, so
okay.
Just keep an eye out for it.
We'll definitely post yourself in there. Have you done it yet?
I typed it in. Yeah, I think that's the link. So subscribe and just kind of stay tuned.
Cool. So we got that's your mission, everybody. You're to subscribe to Devin's Rat Boy Collectibles YouTube channel, get a chance to win something, and then also subscribe to David's channel so you can hear about the Giga Leak. The Giga Leak being what is the Giga Leak? In like a paragraph.
So the Giga Leak is a breach that happened in Nintendo servers like 2 years ago. And these leakers got their hands on some pretty big information of games spanning their catalog of like probably 30 plus years. And they've been drip feeding us information for the last 2 years. So when this broke out 2 years ago, that you had the Pokemon Gold and Silver Space World 97 build of all the sprites and the beta Pokemon. And then you've just over time, we've had a leak here and there. And then about a month ago, we were getting word that they also got their hands on the Super Mario 64 Space World build, one of the earlier builds. They got the source code essentially, which pretty much you can reverse engineer anything into the game, which is pretty insane. They got the Ocarina of Time source build, which is also crazy. two of like Nintendo's probably most iconic games of all time, and so we're just gonna be talking about that, how whatever, how it can happen, why it happens, and why the internet loves it and why the internet hates it, and all the goodies from the game too. So it's gonna be some good talks, and we might do multiple ones. So if you want to focus on Super Mario 64 for one night, we'll do that. If we want to focus on Ocarina of Time, we'll do that, because we're still finding out stuff about, the Triforce was supposed to be in Ocarina of Time. You were actually supposed to obtain an item, the Triforce, over your course of the game, and it was cut out completely. But they found a texture model of the thing, so that's really cool. But yeah, tune in. It'll be fun, and maybe you'll kickstart some more videos from my end too.
Yeah, we'll definitely maybe post it a couple times so you can, in case people don't catch it right away, your channel or whatever. So what else is going on in the world of Nintendo? Man, I played some Smash Brothers today, and my son chose Olimar, and man, that Olimar character sucks. Like, who has anybody ever played Olimar? Like, is there anyone out there who plays Olimar?
There's this guy named DeBuzz, and he's like top 10 in the world, and he uses Olimar. So,
Really?
yeah, he's pretty lethal with him. Did you talk about Animal Crossing surpassing Smash sales?
We actually talked a little about sales, but we didn't talk about that in particular, which is pretty crazy.
That's kind of big, right?
Yeah, I thought Smash Brothers was going to be the number 2 game. Like how fast it shot up to like 11 million when it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
We were kind of talking, like I mentioned earlier, that Sony first party games, like they're lucky if they break like 7 million, but Nintendo has like 10 or 11 games at like 15, 16 million in sales. And Animal Crossing, just it's looking like, will it dethrone Mario Kart 8? That's the big question now.
Yeah, I think that Mario Kart just has that household name to it still. Like if you ask a soccer mom, what should we get little Timmy for his birthday, Mario Kart or Animal Crossing? I feel like Mario Kart just has that, like, that wording that works, It's like go-karts and Mario characters. It's just a no-brainer. Animal Crossing, they're still going to be like, whoa, what is this,
Yeah.
So I think definitely Mario Kart's going to have some staying power in that regard. But you never know. You really don't know.
Yeah, it's shocking that it has sold as much as it has, because you're right. It does. It's not really a household name. It's like, how did it get 20 million in sales? Just how? I get it. There's the with COVID and whatever happening, it's a unique scenario, but it's still just crazy to me that Animal Crossing, it must have gained so much traction on the 3DS or something, because it definitely was not this popular on the GameCube or the Wii.
Right.
So for it to, do you think the momentum will last, or do you think like they've hit their peak?
I think that it will last, especially when I just remember the holiday season being big in Animal Crossing on the GameCube. And that was before, social media.
Uh-huh.
But I rember seeing snow, and I hadn't played for a few months or a couple months. And I logged on, and I had to pull a bunch of weeds, but then I saw snow on the ground, and I'm like, holy crap, I can build a snowman, right? I can wear Santa's outfit. And so I think that especially with the holiday season coming up, I think that it's going to have a second wind, so to speak. It already kind of had a second wind with the fireworks thing and the swimming in the ocean. So I think it's going to have a third wind, maybe a fourth, because you have Halloween. I think that Nintendo's just going to push an update every holiday, right? I mean, it's a year-long game. It's evergreen. So.
Yeah, well, definitely is evergreen. I can see a lot of people playing this for a long, long time. Hunter says that a lot of people just joined or have bought a Switch just to play Animal Crossing. That's pretty crazy to me that it's a system seller.
Yeah.
I guess for someone like my wife, like she's very like, just doesn't play games, but she loves Animal Crossing. And I've kind of gotten out of Animal Crossing a little bit. I've kind of like stopped playing as much as I was in the beginning. But my wife is still playing, buying turnips on Sundays and selling them. You know, trying to find out people's you know, when turnips are like 600 bells or whatever.
The stocks, man.
Yeah. Nick Clanton says, you know, it's Mario Kart, not Mario Bikes. Changing my mind. Do you think bikes should be allowed in Mario Kart?
I think so. By the way, EPS, yes, that's the link, and thank you.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
I was trying to find if you had posted it, but I didn't see it.
Oh, yeah,
Sometimes-
I posted it twice, but it gets lost in the mix, I guess.
I think it gets lost. And you have to like say see everything or something. I think YouTube does the thing where they prevent certain links from being seen because they think someone might be spamming.
Yeah, I had it set to top chat, but then I switched it to live chat, and I still didn't see it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's the link, guys. If you want to subscribe and do your thing, keep an eye out. Put the bell or alerts so that because I don't have a definite answer when this week, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen this week. And just bear with us. A lot of technical issues tend to happen with this kind of thing, so just stay tuned. It's gonna be really informal. We're just gonna be kind of talking off the top of our heads. So
Yeah, I posted it too.
yeah, thanks, guys.
Um,
But yeah, Animal Crossing it's definitely, I think that Nintendo has always seen Animal Crossing as their flagship, one of their flagships. But I think that now it's like, okay, this has like more power than Zelda, right? I mean, did it pass Zelda? Breath of the Wild?
it has to have because Smash Brothers was the second best-selling game.
So that maybe Nintendo's like, okay, Animal Crossing is huge. It has Mario level, Zelda level of star power.
Because it also appeals to people that wouldn't necessarily be playing a Zelda game.
Right.
No, it's like when I say to people when we're talking about movies, and they're like, "Oh, the Twilight movies are awful." I'm like, "Yes, but they're not for you.
Right.
They're getting a lot of money and gaining ground because the people that want to see them are not you. It's other people. They have their appeal."
Yeah, it's in the
Doesn't mean I have to like him though.
Yeah.
And that
That's
demographic at the time was what it was, you know, the teenage female demographic, and that also spilled into the female demographic, which is, you know, young adults and the older demographic as well, and then it also dipped into teenage boys. So it started with the, you know, the female perspective, and then it goes into the male. And Twilight was obviously a huge thing in 2007.
Mm-hmm.
So the same thing with this. It's and I even think Animal Crossing is really appealing to the disabled community too, in terms of like pacing. Like it's not something that is so intense, you know, like Smash Brothers. It seems like something that you can just kind of sit there and figure out your learning curve, and it's a game that can be played by the hardcore audience, and it can also be played by a casual audience at your own pace. That's the beauty of Animal Crossing.
That's what I was bringing up too, because yeah, it's like a lot of the casual people that would never even look at a video game console are picking up a Switch to play Animal Crossing. It's the same thing that I'm bringing up in my next video about the Intellivision Amico. It's not for the hardcore gamers, so stop whining.
Which
We have Earthworm Jim coming doesn't mean that suddenly that's the only game that's going to be good on it.
I actually went and listened to because Pat the NES punk, is notorious for trashing on the Amico and, you know, giving Tommy a hard time about it. He did his best to talk about it without completely trashing on it. He still threw some insults in there and had some stuff in his comments about it that weren't true. But there was actually one thing in the presentation he did like, and that was Breakout.
Breakout looked really cool. Like,
Yeah.
I'm actually really excited
And
for that.
Breakout's being done by the people who did the Bit Trip Runner series.
That, yeah, I kind of saw that because of the colorful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Amico system, that's the Intellivision's new system that's coming out. I guess it was coming out October, but it got delayed because of real world,
Till April 15th for the base console, and then the Founders is apparently April 3rd, but we'll see.
Yeah, April 3rd, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nice. I don't see myself getting that one, but I don't really hate on it either, though. It's just like kind of like Xbox. Like, I just don't see myself getting it, but I don't really care one way or another what Xbox does.
Yeah, I mean, everything's going to appeal to somebody and not appeal to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, I mean, look at this thing behind me. It has the worst selection of games in existence, and there's people paying $400, $500, $600 for one of them. Like, it's going to appeal to someone.
Yeah, but I wonder how many people actually like the Virtual Boy as opposed to just collect it.
I legitimately like it. I think it's an amazing system. I think it's cool.
And I gotta get it out to Devin. Here's Wario Land. Well,
that's the game that I want to play.
Yeah, arguably one of the best games on the system. Although Panic Bomber, I love Panic Bomber.
Well, I haven't played that one, but yeah.
Ooh, Nick has an unopened Virtual Boy. That would be sweet. I
Dude,
wish.
Let me cop it.
How'd you get an unopened Virtual Boy? Did you just happen to Dude, was it a collector's buy, or was it something that was never open when you were a kid?
This made me want to cry because the same thing happened to William when the PlayStation, whatever it's called, the Vita thing that you can hook it up to the TV. What was that called?
Oh, that was this is called the
PlayStation TV.
PlayStation TV. Yeah, this is right here.
EPS told me that when the Virtual Boys were like failing horribly and they were just fire sale in all the stores, he had the chance to pick one up brand new for $20.
That's how I got mine.
Oh God!
That's how I got mine. All the games I originally bought, I bought them. Nick said KB Toys. That's where I got mine, and I got the games for $5 a piece.
I am so happy about Bandana sending me this puppy. I'm still so happy.
Yeah, that's crazy. The Virtual Boy. I wish I had one. Like, that would be that's something that just has always piqued my interest. But I'm not not enough that I already got enough stuff that I'm not gonna go out and really buy it unless I come across one at some crazy good deal. Or someone randomly says me one.
Everyone trashes on it. Everyone's like, "Oh, how's your headache after playing it?" I
played mine for a couple hours, and I never had a headache.
Yeah, I never got a headache from it. But some people, they took one look into it and immediately said they got headaches.
But there's also some people that said that the 3DS might as well just split their brain in half. Like, I don't understand that. It kind of bugged my eyes out, but it didn't hurt.
Which... why didn't on the 3DS? Why didn't they re-release some of the Virtual Boy games?
Oh yeah, Tellero
Boxer on the 3DS would have been great.
Tellero Boxer is actually a really good game. I love that thing. I have that.
Yeah,
really cool.
It's a fun game, and they should have done something with. They should have brought the series back.
Question: Did you guys actually play your 3DS in 3DS mode, or was it always in 2DS mode?
I've done
both.
There
were some games that I tried to do 3D, but it's certain games I could handle and some I could not.
I always did.
I have eye issues, especially when it comes to my allergies. For some reason, it gets sets off by my eyes. If I start getting something going on where it bothers my eyes, it'll set off my allergies, and then it would actually cause that to happen. That's the only problem I ever had.
That's weird. What did you say? What did you say, David?
Yeah, I always had it turned on.
Really?
I felt like that was the
way it meant to play, meant to be played.
Right, and it never the 3D never bothered me. If anything, it bothered my battery. It never lasted. But yeah, I was a big fan of the 3D, and I actually like playing some of the classic games in 3D too.
Mm-hmm. I'm with Hunter. I understand what Nick is saying because I kind of there are certain things that I do the rule of this was the way it was meant to be played. But then I'm with Hunter. When it came to the 3DS, it was after the novelty wore off, I was just purely 2D.
But I think one of the games that would have been interesting to see in 3D or in virtual reality is Breakout. Like imagine if PlayStation VR got a Breakout game that you're in the actual paddle. So
I don't really know what Breakout is, to tell you the truth.
It's you've seen it.
It's like
remade
rows
1,000
of bricks.
times.
Yeah.
Right. It's like rows of bricks, and you have a paddle at the bottom with the dot that you kind of bounce off of.
Yeah, I played that.
Yeah. Imagine that, and you're in, and it's funny because I think it was the version that was on the Game Boy.
Yeah.
In the artwork for it, they showed Mario inside the paddle, and in fact, when you start playing, he comes up and jumps inside the paddle. Yeah, a VR game where you're inside the
Where's
paddle.
that on the Mario timeline?
The ball is going outward and coming back to you, and you have to keep going back and forth. That would be interesting. That would be a lot of fun to play. Even if they did it as an arcade game that had a seat that kind of rocked, so when you go to change directions, the seat goes like this, and you actually get the sensation you're actually in the paddle.
That would actually be really cool.
Yeah.
I could get behind that. That'd be neat.
I could see that showing up at whatever that arcade place is that's in a bunch of the malls now.
Dave and Buster's?
No, not Dave and Buster's. There's another one. I'm blanking on the name of it.
Got me.
There's one at the main mall. Let me see if I can find the name of it.
Hey, JR, what's up, my man? So let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to really cover, unless we go back.
Round One. That's the name of it. It's called Round One.
I've never even heard of Round One. It's an arcade in the mall.
Yeah, it's a chain of arcades that are arcades all around the U.S.
Now, what is it called?
Round One.
I've never heard of that, my boy.
The other big news this week was that tweet of Mario on the beach.
I think that it is probably hinting at something, but I think it would have been more of a hint because if you look at his shorts, you see the power stars. Notice how the power stars from Sunshine didn't look like stars; they were sun.
Mm-hmm.
If they were sun, the power suns or whatever they want to call them on his shorts, I think it would have been a definite hint. But we'll have to see still.
I think people like really analyzed it. So the basic gist of it is Twitter released a picture of Mario like sitting back, relaxing on the beach. He has his swim trunks on, and but it's like he had there's two glasses of a drink, red and is it green or blue straw?
There was a red straw for Mario, and there was a green straw with a green chair sitting next to him.
Yeah, but you can't really see the chair, so people are like, "Well, that
only like the bottom left-hand corner."
Yeah, so they're like, "Well, that means there's a 2-player game that's coming out and all this stuff." People really read into this, and I don't know. I just don't know. I think they were saying like this was indications of Sunshine, Super Mario Sunshine from the GameCube coming, but I just don't. I just don't think so. And let's see. Veronica Castillo asks, is that a Mario bandana? Devin, what's your bandana?
It is Mickey, actually.
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, hold on.
Nice.
But go ahead and talk while I try to unfold this thing.
Devin, I went and I looked to see if there was any locations near you of Round One. The closest one to you is in Bensalem, Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's about an hour away.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's an hour and a half. I think that's the closest one to you. I don't know if there's one in New York.
I don't think so.
See if there's any in Grand Rapids,
Middletown, and Hicksville.
That's
There's
a bandana.
Michigan, Grandville, and Auburn Hills.
That's a pretty cool bandana, dude.
That's cool.
Found it at a flea market, actually.
Nice.
I just liked it because of the color.
Man, did you guys ever go to the arcade though when you were a kid?
All the time. Well, not so much when I was a kid, but when I was a teenager, I would go because when you were a kid, you weren't allowed to be in there without an adult.
Yeah, teenagers, same thing.
Yeah,
David, they were probably like dead when you were like they came back as a nostalgia thing for like us older guys, but like they were probably completely dead for you, huh?
I think
Well,
that
Dave and Buster's is the only thing really keeping that stuff alive.
yeah, I think I had like a light version of what you and Will had with
Mhm.
like Peter Piper Pizza, where I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's probably like a Southwest thing, but it's just like a Chuck E. Cheese, really. Um, I think it was actually the competition. The mascot is like a dinosaur, but you had a couple arcade cabinets like Marvel versus Capcom 2, and a couple things here and there. But my extent of like arcade experiences are from the laundromat.
Oh, really?
My grandma, or whenever. So SNK is SNK, a Neo Geo cabinet is more common in my area because it's they were cheaper to produce and whatnot. And so my favorite Mexican restaurant growing up had Metal Slug 3 or 4 or something. So I would always see Metal Slug, and then another grocery store near my grandparents' house had King of Fighters. I want to say 98, and then the laundromat next to my other grandma's house had one of my favorite fighting games of all time, X-Men versus Street Fighter.
Oh, that
And-
game was epic.
Yeah, and
And
they
put
also
that on an arcade one-up too.
yeah, and so I definitely had my exposure to arcade cabinets, but not in the novelty of walking into a place that was like just an arcade area. I actually just got into like I had my first arcade experience about a year and a half ago. There's a place near me called Free Play, which is just like an adult arcade scenario. It's got like alcohol and games, right?
Mhm.
Great combination. And they have they have pinball machines as well. But it's I played a bunch of stuff that I didn't know Sonic the Hedgehog had an arcade cabinet.
I used to save up for like 10, $20 and just make them into quarters and just tell my mom to leave me at the arcade for 2 or 3
Oh,
hours.
that reminds me of another thing that was kind of leaked. The arcade one-up guys, the ones that have been making those arcade machines
Yeah.
for the home. Okay, they are doing a Virtua Fighter machine, and it's
Oh,
gonna have it's gonna have Virtua Fighter, Virtua Fighter 2, Virtua Fighter Remix, Fighting Vipers, and Sonic the Fighters.
Sonic the Fighters?
Yeah.
It's a 2D Sonic fighting game, man. It has Fang, has Bark, it has
I wonder how that
yeah.
they get all those licenses that one up place, because they seem to like do everything. The Turtles game came out.
They haven't hit the big time until they have the X-Men game and the Simpsons game come out.
Turtles though, that's a big one.
I don't know
Oh,
what
yeah,
it
it is.
definitely is, but
I don't know
And
who has the rights to
that I'm
the
jumping
game.
at.
And I just dropped another link into the chat of Pinball Wizard Arcade that was in Pelham, New Hampshire. It closed down about 3 years ago, but this place was fantastic. This particular video is on a channel from my friend Willie. I brought him to that arcade, and all the video he took there was when I was with him. I can't remember if I'm accidentally in the video somewhere.
But the closest thing I have to an actual arcade thing now is something called Yestercades. I don't know if I know it's a chain in Jersey, but I don't know if it's anywhere else. But it's pretty much you go in, pay for the hour, or you pay for the all day and just play. I know it's a chain in Jersey, but and it's just really cool. They have a ton of pinball machines, a lot of vintage, like root beer tapper and all kinds of stuff. And they have a couple like new machines sprinkled in there. And they also have TVs all over the side wall with like every conceivable game system you can think of, including like a Jaguar, which is the first time I've ever played one.
That's cool. That's cool. So, all right. Well, we got about 5 minutes left, boys. What else can we? Do you think that Nintendo picture of Mario is hinting towards is another leak, or do you think it's just Nintendo's Twitter account being Nintendo's Twitter account, David?
Well, if you look at last year, we had another summer-ish Mario picture that was put on there too. He was sitting there on the beach eating a watermelon. You remember that?
Oh
Like
yeah.
Daniel was saying, yeah, kind of like that reason by itself is it tells me where there's smoke, there's fire. But at the same time, I'm like, it can go either way. I think that Nintendo knows that people read into things sometimes, especially with like Smash or whatever.
But the other thing is,
No, I think
Summer's
Sakurai.
gone.
What?
But think about this: the summer's basically gone.
Yeah, it's
And they
done.
posted this like last week.
Yeah, you would think that they would, if they really wanted to promote like Sunshine Remastered, which at this point, if there was a Sunshine anything, it would be a remaster than just like a HD. You
Mhm.
know
No,
what I
but
mean? Like,
The
'cause-
reason why I'm thinking that it might be real is because like the actual season of this summer is pretty much gone already.
yeah,
I mean, we're to the tail end, if not the end of the summer already. If they were going to post something to say, "Hey, it's summertime," they would have done it in the beginning. And they
Man.
dropped it last week, which means there could be some validity to it.
I mean, Sunshine is a pretty prominent, Mario title. I mean, it's part of his moveset in Smash, and
Yeah, but it's the weakest of all. Most people consider it.
I actually like Sunshine more than most games. If I had to pick Odyssey and Sunshine, or not Odyssey, Galaxy and Sunshine, I would actually say Sunshine, to be honest.
oh man, I love Galaxy. Don't even.
I
Get me
love
started.
Galaxy as well, but Sunshine was just an amazing game to me.
Dude, that on a random tangent, that soundtrack is just amazing. I keep forgetting how amazing that soundtrack is. You know, they had the whole orchestra playing,
I have the opening theme stuck in my head right now, thanks to you.
and
I can hear it playing.
Miyamoto was sitting in that room just approving everything from afar, and I feel like even he was blown away.
True.
So, but
Yeah, but I mean, I know Sunshine's a good game and stuff. I'm just saying that most people consider it the when you think 3D Mario, it's probably the least favorite, unless
Well, if that's
3D
the Black
World.
Sheep of Mario clan, I mean, look at Skyward Sword. You just said that was kind of the black sheep of the Zelda setup.
Yeah, Skyward
No.
Sword is definitely the least favorite of the console Zeldas.
um,
Unless you consider Majora's Mask, but Majora's Mask has kind of hit a cult favorite now, so it's kind of like in its own category.
so what do you guys think? If it's one of three things, do you think that the next Mario title is one of four things? Sunshine, Galaxy, Odyssey, or something new? For the next mainline Mario game.
I'm thinking they did Galaxy 2, so I don't see why they wouldn't do Odyssey 2.
Yeah, I see Odyssey 2 coming out in like a year or two, but like for the next one to come out, I would love if it was Sunshine, because I didn't get into Sunshine as much as I should have, so it'd be really cool to like really experience that.
Yeah, Sunshine was such a great little game.
It was great, yeah. I love the connection between Dr. Egad making the flood machine and making the machine for the vacuum for Luigi.
Yeah.
Guys.
I love that connection.
So.
Yeah.
All right, well, we are about to hit the 8 o'clock mark. Do you guys got any final words?
I think I'm good.
All good.
I
William,
think,
just post up that link for me again.
Huh?
Post up that link for me again.
Oh, okay. I just gotta grab it again.
Yeah, and Will, if you're able to put my channel, just my last plug, I guess, for the day or the night. But for anybody that missed it,
There's David's. You put up Rap Boys though, William.
That's what I'm just about to do. I had to grab it again.
just jump in, guys, and sub. Expectations are low, but Sep64 and I are going to talk about some leaks, and we're going to do a live stream, so you guys are welcome to jump in the chat and talk.
Are you actually going to be physically on camera, or are you going to do like gameplay in the background or something?
If I can figure out how to do gameplay with this capture system that I have, then you might let's just say an added bonus if possible. But
Okay.
it might
We want to see your beautiful face.
it'll be there. That I'll have to make sure that's there, man. That's the selling point.
Yeah, it's the
But
money
yeah,
maker.
Money maker.
You guys jump in and subscribe and whatever, and check it out. It'll be just keep an eye out for it this week. I think we're gonna do a test run after the podcast. So, but yeah, JR, jump in there, man. Anybody who else is, I saw El Barto subscribe, so thanks, man.
I subscribe to you too.
Thanks, man. Thanks, guys.
Yep. So if I'm not working, I'll check you out when you do it. When I get the notification, it's important, guys, to hit the bells and make sure everybody is clicking on this beautiful face as well. That gleam, so you can enter into and win a
Mario starter set
Mario starter set.
from the Legos. Very hard to find too, so very worthwhile.
So, and William, always a pleasure. Thank you for joining us this week. And guys, it's dangerous to go alone. Please share this video, this channel with a friend. We'll be here next week at 8 o'clock. We won't go live now that I think I figured out the YouTube, how they reset things up. So last week we were late, this week we were early, and now we will just end it on time. So thanks guys for joining us. We'll see you 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
And we are out.